And then once you're ready, you can slowly start closing down your eyes and gently resting the hands onto your knees. Just taking a moment for yourself to just check in and to fully arrive onto the mat. Almost remembering that the hard work is already done. You have set aside the time to be here. You have rolled out your mat, and everything else after that is really secondary to that first initial action you have already taken. And slowly allowing the mind to settle, perhaps you just very briefly keeping the eyes closed starts by just scanning your periphery. Bringing a little bit of awareness to what you have around you. Maybe a little bit of awareness to what you can hear. Maybe the temperature of the air that is touching your skin. Any smells. And very slowly start to shift the awareness further in. Just taking a moment to check in with how you feel, and I guess whatever that may be, right? So emotionally, physically, spiritually, or otherwise, how are you showing up for yourself on the mat today? Feels like you're scanning your body and your being. And then straight away, you can start to shift the attention onto your breath. Briefly taking note of your inhales and your exhales. Maybe from there, you can start to give your breath a little bit of sound as you start to tune into your ujjayi breath. It's that slight constriction of the breath at the back of the throat leads to that ocean-like sound. And slowly from there, let's start to breathe together. When you're ready, bring your lungs to empty. Exhale all of your breath out. Take a long, deep breath in. Exhale, deep breath out with sound. Take a deep breath in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding the breath at the top for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale slowly for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Holding 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more round. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a long deep breath in with sound. Exhaling with sound. Take one more deep breath in here. And exhale to blink open the eyes, roll over the shins, come into a child's pose to start. Removing any blocks from underneath you as you bring the hands out in front of you and drop the hips towards the heels. Take a deep breath in. And exhale to lengthen through the spine. One more time, inhale. And exhale, let it go. And slowly come forwards from here. Find a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. From there, start pedaling out through the feet. Maybe wiggling out through the legs. Just finding nice gentle movement into your own body. Remembering that this really is your practice and nothing that I ever say is mandatory. You can, of course, go any way you would like. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale to find the stillness. Inhale, roll forwards, find a plank pose. Exhale, lower yourself all the way down towards the floor. Inhale, push into the hands, lift the chest, find a cobra. And exhale, taking it through the child's pose. Take it up and back, downward facing. Again, inhale, come forwards, plank pose. Exhale, this time lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, draw the chest open. And exhaling, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, come forwards, plank pose. This time lower all the way down towards the floor. We're going to push into the hands and lift the chest. And on the exhale, lift the hands just an inch off of the floor. For 3. For 2. Really squeezing those elbows back. 3. And then slowly lower down. Come into a high plank on the inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Bring the gaze forward between the hands, stepping or floating to the top of the mat. Lengthening, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up to stand. Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, hands through your heart center. Take it into your Samasthiti. Take 3 deep breaths here before we really start moving. For 1. Exhale. Deep breath in 2. Exhaling. One more deep breath in 3. And exhale. Inhale, bring the hands up towards the sky. Have fun. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, step or float it back. Lowering down, chaturanga. Inhale, draw the chest open. And exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths for 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhaling. Last breath in 3. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float, top of the mat. Halfway lengthen. Fold. Inhale all the way up towards the sky. And exhale straight back down again over the legs, forward folding. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, plant the hands, step or float it back, arriving bent elbows, chaturanga. Inhale upwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. Option to here, inhale, come forwards, find a plank. Exhale, lower all the way down towards the floor. Reach the hands back behind you this time, palms of the hands face down. Lift the chest off the floor, inhale. And exhale to lift the feet off the floor. 3 breaths, 1. Deep breath in 2. Last breath in 3, really squeeze the shoulder blades. Reach the hands forwards. 3 more breaths. 1. You really want to get those biceps as high as you can. 2. Last breath in 3. And exhale, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders. Inhale, high plank. You can always modify with the knees. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing. Straight away, step or float, top of the mat. Lengthening. Hold, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. And exhale, take it into your samasthiti. Straight into our B's. Inhale, chair pose. Bend the knees. Reach through the hands. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upwards. And exhale, downward facing dog. On the inhale, take the right foot up towards the sky. On the exhale, roll that thigh open, right heel to left bump cheek. Inhale to shift the shoulders forwards over the wrists. And exhale to step the right foot behind the left knee. Wild thing. 3 breaths. 1. Exhaling. Deep breath in 2. Exhale. Last breath in 3. And an exhale, bring the right hand down. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose and hold. Take a deep breath in, draw it in. And exhale, step the right foot forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga, take it back. Always the option to float that right foot off the floor. Inhale, upward. And exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts up towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, roll the thigh open. Inhale, shift the weight forwards. And exhale to step. Left foot behind the right knee. 3 deep breaths, wild thing. 1. Exhaling. Breath in 2. Exhale, really engage the legs. 3. And exhale, come down. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, squeeze. Take a deep breath in here. And exhale, step forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. And exhale, take it back down. Chaturanga. Hopefully you're getting warm by now. Back into a downward facing dog. Beautiful, guys. 3 breaths. 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. Bend the knees. Step or float. Top of the mat. Lengthening. Fold, exhale. Inhale, find your chair. Bend the knees. Reach through the hands. Exhale, forward folding over the legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands. Step or float it back. Chaturanga. Last round for B's. Inhale, upwards. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot lifts, inhale. Exhale, roll the thigh open. Again, shift the weight forward. Step the right foot behind the left knee. 3 breaths to stay here. You can take it all the way over Urdhva Dhanurasana. 3 breaths. 1. Exhaling. Breath in 2. Really engage the legs. Push them higher. 3. And then exhale to bring the right hand back down. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Take a deep breath in here as you hug it in. And exhale, step the right foot forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. Take it into a warrior 3 on the exhale. Really finding that long line, left leg, all the way out towards the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. 1 more breath in. And exhale here. Inhale, warrior 1. Reach the hands up and over. Exhale, chaturanga. Step or float it back. Upward facing inhale. Downward facing exhale. Straight away, left foot lifts, inhale. Exhale, roll the thigh open. Inhale, shift the weight forwards. And exhale, step the left foot behind the right leg. Option to stay here, you take it all the way over. 3 breaths, 1. Exhaling. Breath in 2. Exhale. Last breath in 3. And exhale to twist it round. Left hand back. Inhale, left leg up towards the sky. And exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. And step the foot forwards. Inhale, warrior 1. And exhale, fly forward, take into a warrior 3. Your choice is a variation of the arms. Breath in 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhaling. Last breath in 3. Exhale. Inhale, take it back. Warrior 1. Exhale, take it back down. Chaturanga. Beautiful. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. 3 breaths, 1. Exhaling. Breath in 2. Exhale. Last breath for 3. Slowly start to prepare. And separate float to the top of the mat. Lengthening inhale. Hold, exhale. Inhale, take it into a chair pose. Holding here on the exhale. Really try and draw that bum nice and low. Tucking the tailbone under. 2 more breaths for 1. Last 1. Interlace the hands above your back. Lengthen. And slowly come down. Interlace the hands above your head. So you're drawing the bum back, reaching the hands forwards, and drawing the navel in towards the spine. 2 more breaths for 1. And 2. Amazing. Forward folding. From there, letting it go. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, option, of course, knees onto the backs of the tricep for Bakasana. Or you can also rest in a Malasana squat. So legs out towards the sides, toes facing out, hands in towards the heart. Option 2, or I guess option 1, I meant. Knees onto the backs of the triceps, try and bring them nice and high. Shift the weight forwards into the hands, lift the feet. 3 breaths, 1. Exhale. If you want to take it down onto the head, you could always take it down 2. Last breath in 3. And then step or float it back from there. Inhale upwards. And exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Right foot up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, roll the thigh open. Inhale, shift the weight forwards over the hands. And exhale, step the right foot behind the left knee. Take it to a wild thing on the inhale. And on the exhale, take it all the way back. Downward facing. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Take a deep breath in here, hug it in tight. And exhale, step the foot forwards. Warrior 1, inhale. Hold on the exhale. Deep breath in 1. Amazing. Finally, a little bit of downtime. 2. Last breath in 3. Really lengthen through the spine. And exhale, open out wide. Take it straight into a warrior 2. Gaze comes forwards over those right fingertips. 3 breaths, 1. Really active through those arms, 2. Last breath in 3. And straighten out the right leg. Maybe shorten down the stance. Reach the right hand forwards for Trikonasana. And right hand down, left hand up towards the sky. 3 breaths, 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. And then slowly from there, take it straight into your reverse. Step the left foot in. Maybe bring the left hand onto the outsides of the right foot. Maybe on a brick. And twist the right hand up towards the sky. 3 breaths, 1. Exhaling. Breath in 2. Exhale. Last breath in 3. And then exhale, bring both hands down towards the floor. Bringing up that right leg. Maybe taking it into a standing split from there. Any variation you would like, you can take hold of the ankle. You can pull yourself down. You can always keep the hands down onto the floor or onto blocks. You can also start bringing the hands down a little few further in front of you. Maybe starting to shift the weight into the hands, taking it into your handstand. I'm going to keep the legs split for today. It's kind of difficult to talk at the same time. Take one more deep breath in wherever you are. And then land, right foot forwards, left foot back into a warrior 2. And then slowly straight into a side angle. Take into the hand into the insides of the right foot today. Left hand reaches up and over. And perhaps from there you take it into a bind, reaching the right hand under and taking hold of the left wrist. 3 breaths, 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. And then slowly come back to a warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, arrive. Pivot forwards through an arrow lunge, reaching the hands, pivoting onto the ball of the left foot. And take a twist from there, left elbow onto the outsides of that right knee. Twisted side angle. You're really focusing on pushing that right heel down towards the floor and keeping that left leg nice and straight. Almost kind of lifting through that left hip and lengthening through your spine. One more deep breath in. And exhale, deep breath out. Bring the hands down towards the floor, step it back. Chaturanga. And take it all the way down towards the floor. On the inhale, push into the hands, lift the chest. And on the exhale, lift the toes. And then from there, maybe you'd like to hover the hands. So the hands are still kind of right underneath the elbows, and the elbows are pulling up towards the ceiling. It is not a pleasant feeling. You're pushing through the toes, lengthening through the spine. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, bring the hands down. Push yourself back into a child's pose, perhaps. And of course, you always have the option to rest here for a few breaths. If you're ready to keep moving somewhat, or some shape or form, forearms are coming down towards the floor. Maybe making sure those elbows are hip width distance or shoulder width distance, apart. And as you straighten out the arms, you start walking the feet in to pike those hips over the shoulders. Maybe you take the right leg up towards the sky and just hold. Or maybe you start shifting the weight forwards into the forearms. Coming into your straight line pincha, engaging through the legs. Maybe the gaze even starts coming through, if that's something you're working on. Take 3 more breaths wherever you are. When you're ready to come down through a child's pose or seated, closing down the eyes and just gently resting the eyes and the hands onto your knees. And then slowly from there, take it back into a downward facing dog as we slowly find our way into the second side. Hips up and back, downward facing. Left leg lifts up, inhale. Exhale, roll the thigh open. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, step the left foot behind the right knee. Take it to a wild thing for a breath. And exhale to unravel. Left hand comes down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Squeeze. Take a deep breath in as you shift the weight forwards. And exhale to step the foot. Inhale, warrior one. Then hold. Exhale. Really finding your concentration here. You're locking your eyes. You're removing any fidgeting. In a way, this practice is less about the pose, and it's obviously about a lot of different things, but it's also about how you move from place to place. How do you approach the different poses that come along its way? Opening out wide, take it into a warrior two. Deep breath in one. Exhale. Deep bend into that left knee, two. Breath in three. Beautiful. Inhale to straighten out that left leg. Maybe close down the stance. And reach the left hand forwards. And exhale to bring the left hand down. Right hand up towards the sky. Breath in one. Exhaling. Really trying to lengthen out through that left side body. So really pull the crown of the head forwards. One more deep breath in. And then exhale straight away, taking into a reverse Trikonasana. Maybe you step that right foot in. I always prefer bringing a block. Right hand down, inside, outsides of the left foot. And left hand reaches up towards the sky. Squeezing through the inner thighs. 3 breaths, 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhale. Breath in 3. And then exhale, release. Forward folding over that left leg. And maybe from there you shift the weight forwards into the left leg, taking it into your standing splits. Never has to be perfect. Maybe you take hold of the ankle. Maybe you keep the hands onto the floor, onto blocks. Maybe your left knee is bent. Again, take your variation. If you'd like to take the weight off of the legs, you can bring the hands a little bit further forwards, keeping those shoulders, or those, not shoulders, yeah, exactly, stacked over the wrists. Maybe you start taking a little bit of a hop, landing and arriving in your L-shaped handstand. You can always use a wall for this. Wherever you are, take 2 more breaths. 1 more. And exhale, step the left foot forwards, right foot back, warrior 2. And take it straight into a side angle, maybe left hand insides of the left foot, right hand reaches. Or perhaps, again, you take a bind, left arm under, you take hold of the right wrist. Really starting to work into that shoulder stretch. You're trying your best to draw that shoulder over and almost kind of straightening out that right arm. Take 1 more deep breath in. Inhale back through a warrior 2. Exhale here. Inhale, pivot forwards. Find a narrow lunge. And exhale to twist. Right elbow, left thigh, hands in towards the heart. Remember, no collapsing down into that left leg. It's kind of the tendency to be down here. Try and lift yourself up. Engage your right side body. 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, bring the hands down towards the floor. Lowering down through a chaturanga. And then all the way down towards the mat. This time, bend through the knees. Take hold of the ankles. Inhale to lift the chest off the floor. And exhale, start lifting the knees off the floor. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Take 5 breaths here. 1. Breath in 2. Breath in 3. 4, and 5. Slowly release. Again, push yourself back through a child's pose. Always the option to hold here. Option 2, it's forearms down towards the floor. Bum back up towards the sky. Coming back into your dolphin pose. Walking the feet in. This time maybe you lift the left leg up towards the sky. Maybe you start shifting the weight forwards into the forearms. Maybe you take the wall. Wherever you are, really try and push into the shoulders. Lift yourself up towards the ceiling. So you're almost trying to touch with the tippy toes. Drawing the navel in. Take your time up there. And slowly, when you're ready, start coming down to a child's pose or seated onto your shins. And then slowly from there, make your way back into a downward facing dog. Of course, if you need a longer rest, always the option to take a longer rest. From there, step or float the hands towards the back of the mat as you take hold of the first 3 peace fingers, or the toes of the first 3 peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen halfway, and exhale to fold over the thighs. You can always micro bend those knees, it's fine. Take 3 breaths. Drawing the navel up and in. Really pushing down through the toes so you protect the backs of the legs. One more breath in. And slowly inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, bring the hands underneath the feet for Padahastasana. Lengthening, inhale halfway. And exhale, fold. Again, slightly leaning the weight forwards into the toes. Drawing up from the fronts of the legs and drawing the navel up and in. 2 more breaths. Last one. And then inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands onto the hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the hands up towards the sky. Come onto the toes. So somewhat of an inverted handstand. Tuck the tailbone under. Really lengthen. So try your best to keep everything nice and stacked. And then from there, you're going to draw opposite leg in towards the chest. Let's see if I can even do this today. And step the right foot forward. So you're trying your best to, still by keeping the same engagement, take small little steps to get towards the top of the mat. And once you're there, hands to heart center, Tadasana, Samasthiti. Bring the hands onto the hips as you step the left foot towards the back of the mat. Coming into a Prasarita, turn the toes in, puff the chest open, inhale as you keep the hips engaged, and exhale to forward fold over the legs. You're going to bring the hands down towards the floor, maybe in line with the heels. But really make sure there's no more than a 90-degree angle into the hands. If it is in your practice to go anywhere else from here, then of course, take it upside down on your own accord. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale. And then inhale, lengthen from here. Exhale, bring the hands onto the hips. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Reach the hands up towards the sky. And exhale to interlace the hands behind your back. Puff the chest open, inhale. And exhale, forward fold, taking the hands up and over. Still slightly pushing the weight forwards into the toes. Engage the whole front of the leg. Deep breath in 2. Breath in 3. And then slowly from there, inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, release the hands, bring them underneath the face. From there, straight away, you're going to walk the hand towards the upper, or like the right foot at the top of the mat, and lower the left knee down towards the floor. You can keep the left toes tucked or untucked, taking it into a kapyasana, reaching the hands up and over. It's almost like a pistol grip in the hands. And you're trying your best to find the engagement into the upper parts of your spine to open through the chest. So you're pulling the hands up and back instead of just collapsing down into your lower spine. Take 2 more breaths. 1 more. And keeping everything exactly as it is, simply release the grip of the hands and interlace the hands behind your back. So you're pulling the chest open this time. Take 2 more breaths from here. 1 more. And then slowly from there, release. Straighten out that right leg. Take it into a half split as you fold forwards over the right leg. If you'd like to take it full splits from there, then of course you can. One more deep breath in wherever you are. And then slowly inhale, come forwards. And exhale, come all the way towards the back of the mat. Same thing, dropping the right knee down towards the floor. Maybe untucking the right toes as you take it into a kapyasana. Reaching the hands up and over. Puff the chest open, reach the hands up and back. So always drawing the navel in towards the spine. Take 2 more breaths here. Someone maybe even finding a little bit of stretch into that right hip flexor. And keeping everything the same, release the bind of the hands. Simply interlace the hands behind your back. And puff the chest open. 3 breaths for 1. Breath in 2. Last breath in 3. And slowly release and fold. Taking into your maybe splits or half splits as you prefer. If you're in your half splits like me, you're really emphasizing pushing that left heel down towards the floor and kind of pulling that left hip in towards the left hip socket, or the left leg, I mean. And slowly from there, come forwards, pivot round, come back through a prasarita stance, and take it all the way to the top of the mat. Step the right foot back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. From there, you're going to bring the knees behind the wrists at the top of your mat. The heels are going to be seated onto the outsides of the hips unless you need a block underneath your bum. Make sure that this does not jeopardize the health of your knees, so no pain into the knee joint. And slowly from there, maybe you start leaning back into the forearms. If you'd like to take it further from there, you can always come all the way down onto your back and interlace the hands behind you. Take 1 more deep breath in. And exhale, deep breath out. Slowly coming back, lifting yourself up, taking it your version of a vinyasa. Perhaps it's head down towards the floor, tucking the chin in. You can see the fingertips. As you straighten out the legs, maybe drag the legs up towards the sky, or you can tuck them in, taking into your tripod headstand. Again, it's just a transition. Maybe lower the knees onto the triceps, come into a crow pose, and maybe from there, float it back. Inhale, upward facing, and exhale, downward facing dog. From there, inhale, come all the way forwards, find a plank pose. Exhale all the way down towards the floor. Again, back into a Dhanurasana, taking hold of the ankles, pushing into the toes to lift the chest. And on the exhale, lift the knees off the floor as well. Whole back body is engaged. Take it 4 more breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming down. Straight away, high plank inhale. Lower down, chaturanga exhale. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. From there, bring the knees behind the hands. Step or float it, through. Coming back onto the shins for camel. Option 1, you can keep the hands onto the lower back the whole time. So maybe really supporting that lower spine, drawing the chest open, and pulling the hips forwards as well. So you're really engaging your whole back body. If you'd like, you can also come straight onto the heels. I would suggest, or I would say that our backs are pretty warm by now. One more deep breath in. And slowly exhale, come back, sit onto the heels. Close down the eyes just for a second. And then from there, slowly make your way up. This time you're going to keep everything in one straight line. You can even reach the hands out in front of you if you would like. And you're going to keep everything engaged, drawing the navel in. You're simply going to maybe rock kind of back and forth. You're taking yourself as far as you can hold and also come back. So really engaging the strength into the legs, maybe specifically the quads. Maybe take one more. And then slowly come back down. Take one more deep breath in. And exhale out. We're very slowly going to make our way onto our backs. It is your choice. You can take a vinyasa and arrive through a downward facing dog. You can also take it straight from a camel and drop back. If you're coming with me, it's high plank inhale. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing the gaze forward, step or float all the way through. And lower yourself all the way down towards the floor. Bring the heels underneath the knees. Option 1, you could take a bridge. You can always take a supportive bridge if you're kind of done with the back bending. Option 2, full Urdhva Dhanurasana. Bring the hands behind the shoulders. Take yourself into your full wheel. 3 breaths. 1. Exhale. Breath in 2. Exhaling. Last breath in 3. And exhale, just come down for a moment. I always like to bring my hands in towards the third eye, just feeling the effects of the pose onto my body. And slowly from there, take your last and final back bend. That could mean a block underneath the sacrum. It could mean one last and final bridge. It could also mean birds at Anurasana wheel. It could also mean you're taking it upside down safely. Always remember that it is your choice. Never do more than what you think you need. So really start to listen in and fine tune whatever your body needs in a specific moment. Wherever you are, take one more deep breath in and exhale, lower all the way down. Hugging the knees in towards the chest for a second. And slowly from there, maybe even windshield wiping the legs lightly, side to side. Hug the knees in towards the chest. And start rocking up and down the lengths of your spine. Arriving in a seated position. And step or float it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Let's slowly start to close off our practice. You can take it into a pigeon on the right side. Right leg lifts, inhale. And exhale, bring the right shin somewhat parallel to the top of the mat. Always the option to sit down onto a block on that right side if you need. And maybe from there, you're releasing everything down onto the floor. Start to really soften. The hard work is done. Fine tune your listening. If you'd like to take it into a back bend, then you can also take it into a back bend. And slowly from there, walk the hands in line with the shoulders. Push yourself over towards the right side, drawing the left leg or left heel all the way onto the outsides of the right leg. Inhale the right arm towards the sky. And exhale to twist right elbow outsides of the left leg. One more deep breath in. And exhale, slowly take a counter twist towards the opposite side. From there, any way you'd like. Perhaps it's your last and final vinyasa. Taking a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts, inhale. Exhale, left shin somewhat parallel to the top of the mat. Extend that right leg back behind you. Folding forwards over the leg. So maybe you work on folding forwards before you take it into a back bend if that is what you're working on. If you're taking into a back bend, perhaps you start to make your way there now. And slowly from there, walk the hands back in line with the shoulders. Falling over towards the left side as you swing the right leg all the way over. Stepping right foot onto the outsides of the left knee. Both sit bones down towards the floor as you inhale the left hand up towards the sky. And exhale, twist over towards the right. And slowly release. Take a counter twist. And then from there, straight away, come into a seated position. Perhaps you take hold of opposite elbows. If you have a lotus sit in your practice, you can also take a lotus. And then from there, closing down the eyes, dropping the head down towards the floor. You start slowly starting to seal in the energy, all of that hard work and effort. And once you're ready, you can, keeping the eyes closed, preferably, you can take it into a seated meditation or all the way down into your final place of rest, Shavasana. Absolutely nothing left you have to do. Very slowly start to draw your attention back into the physical room. Perhaps you'll be awakening your body nice and slowly. Gentle movement into your hands, toes. And very slowly, at your own time, you can make your way towards the top of the mat, keeping your eyes closed wherever possible. Once you get there, just take a moment to acknowledge how you feel, what is different, what has changed. And from there, bring the hands in towards the heart center. As you bow the head down towards the hands, just give yourself a moment to thank yourself for practicing, for setting aside the time to be here. And thank you all for joining me today. Jai.